Can animals feel and think? Informational text by Deshawn Jones. Some people think that animals are just animals, and that they have nothing in common with human beings. A growing body of scientific research, however, suggests otherwise. Most scientists now think that animals, especially mammals, can experience emotions. Other scientists take this a step further by saying that some animals actually think. Think about what most dogs do when you scold them. They lower their heads and sink off to some secluded spot. Only when they sense that you are no longer angry do they come back out. On the other hand, when you return home after a day at school, your dog probably leaps around you, tail wagging furiously. But do these reactions really indicate that dogs and other mammals feel emotions? They certainly seem to. There are plenty of examples that seem to indicate that animals feel emotions such as fear, anger, joy, and grief. If the antelope did not feel fear, it would stand still and continue grazing instead of sprinting away at the sight of a cheetah. Mammals, such as dolphins, chimpanzees, and rats, show the feeling of joy in their love of playful activity. Elephants show signs of long-lasting grief when a member of the herd dies. Other mammals, such as sea lions, bears, and moose, also seem to become upset by the death in their group. Whether or not animals can actually think is a more difficult question. Do animals, for example, have the capacity to learn, solve problems, or guess what other animals are thinking? Research suggests that some animals can do this, and more. Chimpanzees in large captive colonies often cooperate with certain other chimpanzees in the colony. They have then been observed to suddenly switch alliances and seemingly double-cross each other. This behavior suggests that chimpanzees can, like humans, change their minds or feel resentment. Pigs offer an interesting example of problem-solving. A scientist from Bristol University discovered that stronger pigs looking for food would follow the lead of a weaker but smarter pig. The smarter pig would find the food. Then the smarter pig would trick the stronger pig by distracting it. While the stronger pig wasn't looking, the smarter pig would dive in and gobble up the food. Perhaps the most amazing example of an animal thinking involves not a mammal, but a bird. Betty, the crow, makes her home in a laboratory in Oxford, England. She devised an ingenious solution for getting a treat in the form of food that scientists had inserted in a long tube. When she first tried to get the treat, she stuck her beak into the tube but found that the tube was too deep for her beak to reach the treat. Undaunted, she picked up the piece of wire that the scientists had placed beforehand into her cage. She bent the wire into a hook, and she used the hook to lift the treat from the tube. She did this not once, but repeatedly. What really amazed scientists observing Betty was that she had never seen a piece of wire before. But this bird figured out the challenge, decided to use the wire, and then shape it into the perfect tool for getting the treat. What these examples seem to show is that animals are more like us than we may have once thought. It seems clear that animals can feel a range of emotions. It seems just as clear that some animals show an uncanny ability to do what appears to be thinking.